What a wild ride this has been.
There is no fucking way this stream is staying up. That took so fucking long to even start. What the fuck? It didn't take ages, but it took like, I don't know, quicker. It usually just, like, bang! I need something to fit the bomb there. But today we'll be editing the news in Not for Broadcast. This is a game made by, not games. You make, one game.
Never happy, never enough.
We are going to be playing it. We're going to for team Room Master Broadcast.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
Okay, so we're going to be skipping a lot of the dialogue stuff, like
slaves were just in prettier cages.
with what's his face. Thank you, Nate. With what's his face, with thingy. I actually did a speedrun this game, and my PB is currently 5 hours and I think 28 minutes. 30 minutes, something like that.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Which I don't think is world record. I think world record's like 5 hours and 16 minutes. That was like 30 minutes. Even though there's only 6 people who've ever run this game. But that's going to be very loud, so it'll be hard to hear them. Okay. Now, if my mic's quite low, I do apologise. It's because my theory isn't the mic, and my theory is actually the controller. Because I did test it on something else, and it sounded really well. Sounded pretty well, actually. Like, my quality sounded way fucking better than what it seemed to be on this controller. And same with the earplugs I used, the microphone I used to use before I got this one, before they broke. That it sounded better on like a computer and shit than it did on this controller, because this is not a...
Hi, David, I have
a god tier. Okay, I can't turn that off, so. But yeah, you can skip his dialogue if you just turn on the thing and turn it off. So we're going to do Alan James, because yeah. We're going to do Exercise with Ham Sleeves, and we're going to do Come to Bumley, because fucking hell yeah. Turn that all the way up. Turn that all the way up.
Which tonight looks at the history of the
Oh my god. Overcast is shit.
Great blackouts of 1871. Not one to miss. At 9 PM, sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie, The Freedom of Being Colin, taking us all the way up to 11:15.
I'll wait for the vision mix. There we go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. It's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight. Moving on up, the election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Hopeful or hostile? Controversy as global megacorporation Remington's Fist buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Meghan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Bunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic victory. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Don't remember what this bit is. We'll find out.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, Former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffries has issued a statement in which he comments that we have all been seduced by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the contents of the box. Sounds like sour grapes to me, Jeff. After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office sensation that is Lawrence Blunderclatch. And later in the program,
what's in the
we'll be going
teleport?
live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leader's acceptance. That's all coming up after the break.
1 minute back, everybody.
Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
I thought I'd ask you.
I love this one, by the way.
It's a child's tale. This is not a
Same
dream.
policy we used
This
with you.
is
I thought that was our little
reality.
secret.
This is the story of you and how you're stupid
I'm deeply
and asleep.
uncomfortable with your bird
It's about
face.
how you were promised the Elysian
No.
fields, but you ended up
love
filleting
this one.
Satan for the salty crumbs. It's happening here. It's happening
Happening now.
And it's all happening right in front of you. I'm Alan James.
Alan James is one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those drivelling dentures again. Oh, grandma,
These
look
aren't
at
my
their
fault.
faces.
Please tell
That's
me
not what cows look like. You call it the stock market. I call it the
love it
stuck
too much.
market.
It's a good
Because
game, my
it's just
guy.
another poll they've stuck up our collective. I don't care if he was once your nephew, Cameron. He's standing in the way of the truth.
Now, Alan James, author of Alan James'
I look at
Writings.
that.
I agree with one piece
way of
of
the
we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
Jeremy Donaldson over here.
Going in 5, 4,
There's a new DLC coming out, I think, in 2 months.
3.
Which I'm not planning on buying.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
even
Later we'll
bought
be
Live
hearing from
Spooky.
shock election winners Advance. But first our very own culture reporter, Megan Wolf, is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you
He's very creepy.
that being
Very
with
creepy
you
guy.
today is among the greatest joys of my life.
Definitely on our list.
May I say
A
happy
lot
to
of
hear
cool
that,
people
is
who
among
play
us.
among us.
Bless you.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Ask him to
Absolutely
look.
right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge?
We can get
at
3
all?
viewers. Okay.
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're
May I
right.
ask him?
It
'Cause I
was a
have no way to
complete
ask him.
departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the
I
true
did
story
drink today.
of one soldier's
And
fight for a love that
I was very
surpasses
shaky
all.
because I was on a
A
massive
love,
buzz.
of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor
Or if you
awards,
work in
if I
different
remember
account.
correctly.
Different-
So
I
sweet
think
of you to mention it, but I
Yeah,
really
no.
am not in it for the awards. Although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer.
Got a video
Like
show
you,
recorded this morning, which is
I'm
like
afraid.
30 minutes long. But
Cut me,
Okay, yes.
and I
Got
will
2 right
be.
now, I think, because of my
And
problem.
often, that's how it
I know
feels,
one of them's like a
doesn't it?
bot. I think it's what it's
doesn't
bot.
it? Bleeding,
Who works.
giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive
Find out if
change
you
that I
click on
can
the
bring about in the world.
number of
And
viewers.
today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result, indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Yes, well...
Sorry, I said fuck.
No.
Is that, I'm really apologize.
Well,
Sorry.
Lawrence, I believe you brought in a clip from The Medicated, which opens next week around the country. Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I'd be delighted. This is a really pivotal scene where my character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Okay. This like whole thing here was the demo for the game before it came out. I also forgot how far Jacksepticeye played in this game. Like how far he got.
Nolans mustn't think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, you remember? If only I listened to you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
It's the funniest way as well I found this game on PlayStation.
No, it's all too late.
Because I knew that only being on PC, then I was like, fuck it, let's see if it's on console. So I searched it, and it came up. But I searched it months before as well, and it didn't show up. And then I was like, fuck, I was like, it's on PlayStation, so then I went to
This is the key.
okay, go for it.
Yes, we could stop it all.
We have to ask ourselves
If we should.
Hi, I'm world-class sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves, and I'm not fat, but you are. Don't worry, ladies. Now you can have me, Johnny Hamsleeve, right there in your lounge.
Johnny!
This seems like a song they would play on British Dog.
I'll take you through a proper match day workout with my two cracking assistants.
Did you guys ever watch that TV show Fat Families? Where it was this guy who just goes to these people's houses of like people who are quite overweight and just absolutely fucking just start slating them off literally in their own fucking house.
Did you know that fat people are less likely to laugh, marry, or live past the age of 26? These potentially true statistics are all terrifying reasons why you need to pop a bit of Johnny in your VHS slot.
The welcome home, Johnny.
Every exercise has
spread my legs when Johnny
sports
comes out.
professionals and is 72% likely to get rid of those tricky tummies and cruel self.
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's that liability in the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody!
You,
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3...
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right through their shite.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a granny's fanny.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of... Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So, all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. First, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The people said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats.
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even
fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to
you. Every
it
time he speaks, I always have to.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
You said boo. I mean, you scared me.
Today.
Yes, it ends today.
You missed
and
Charlotte
tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance, and our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble.
Interesting game.
So, as the country braces itself for new government,
let's play
that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
It's a comedy type game.
Call times are
the
on
next
board.
sequence is really funny.
So,
this is not a movie.
Boring politics, then.
This is not some child's tale. This is not a dream. This is reality.
So lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
But you ended up filleting Satan for the salty crumbs. It's happening here. It's happening now. And it's all happening
epic
right
line
in
that you're
front
about
of
to
you.
say.
I'm Alan James.
Alan James is one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those drivelling dentures again. Oh, grandma, look at their faces. That's not what cows look like. You call it the stock market. I call it the stuck market. Because it's just another pole they've stuck up our collective... I don't care if he was once your nephew, Cameron. He's standing in the way of the
truth. Oh, I'm still broke as Paul. Well, that's upsetting. That line where he's like, "He's standing in the way of the train." Oh, Alan James is a fucking sweetheart. He's so funny. Oh my god, that's a lot of people. Yep, still broadcast ball. Oh god. Be friendly and introduce. Gotta sign this thing out, man. Recommend that your colleague report. Leave work on time. Stay. Leave work. What do you have to do? So you basically just edit a news, pre-recorded news broadcast. Pre-recorded as in, obviously it's pre-recorded because it's a video game, which people can replay. Playing your local sports team, or sporting, I guess. And pretty much you just edit a thing, and then you also have this whole text thing, which is, it's a very like, it'd be like Telltale with whatever you know, the choices you make affect the game, basically. Okay. This is the part where Chris wants my passport so we can flee the country, and we're gonna be nice and we're gonna give it to him. If I just continue spamming X or triangle, it'll lie to my wife about not doing anything, and then give Sam my passport. Chris my passport, Sam's my wife. Day 6. Day 8. Here's the second broadcast. Yeah, so there's two parts of this game. Two things. You've got the first bit, where every certain amount of days, like, in-game, you edit, like, a broadcast type thing. And then the next part of it is, and the second part of it is, you've got this whole, like, text thing, which you can read, but most of it's just bullshit anyway. Where you can basically just and you can basically side with the government, who are weird and assholes, this, like, radical group called Disrupt, or you can side with the TV channel. Or you can side with yourself. Let me mute Dave over there, because he's getting pissed. Right, Mr. Snugglehugs. Do we play Mr. Snugglehugs? Well, I haven't turned on electricity yet, so I can't really do anything until then. Do we play Mr. Snugglehugs? No, we play Alan James. And we'll play Crazy Neil, because fuck the government and fuck Mr. Snugglehugs.
No, for my sister's kid, Mr. Fuckletugs or something.
Snugglehugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody!
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3...
It's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the country's wealth creators
I've played this game so many fucking times. And who the fuck is that picture? Do I just have a picture of random people? My office?
Of their manifesto promises.
How is it?
With the old Remington's fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington's appointment is a risk for the giant mega corporation. Sophia, as our regular viewers will be aware, has always been a wild child and has been romantically linked to several movie stars and sports personalities. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Moore and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg of Morgansport have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flood technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." playing the field.
Interesting.
Rumours
The only
about
things
that
that
sporting
fuck it up is
legend
my
Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped, leaving
my,
Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artist
American
Tiffany
BFF,
Lamar, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding A-listers? And Griever's bodily charm, with Advance promising a radical new position on top. How afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more people saying they're scared to walk the streets alone at night. Could this be exactly the right time for Advance's new approach? All that, and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh, fuck, god damn it. Hey, how are you doing, Pi? Sorry, I forgot to win. Sorry for not asking. To be honest, I don't think I have Charlotte either. Charlotte, how are you doing today? Something bad happened, so I've been kind of distracted. Oh, so I'm trying to kind of distract them now. I can't read today.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman,
a leading
economist,
which is just loads of dialogue,
and
also
James,
I've got to try and concentrate.
Alan James is right,
I've
the
got to try
free
and get
man's
the camera
guide to
angles
waking up.
right.
Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal
James
slaves,
here.
we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book.
Oh yeah, Pi, you never responded, by the way. When you want to play
ignorant,
WWE.
sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James
I'm not
is...
free. I won't be free. Might not be free tonight because I'm playing Little Hope with Charlotte tonight.
I think they're watching carefully.
If you're free tomorrow.
Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't.
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before.
Might take me a minute to respond to messages because I've got to like concentrate if I want to get good stuff.
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical,
Democracy
and change is
is
always
dead.
frightening, but the
Democracy-
truth is that
also
the Wealth
what?
and
It was
Assets
like-
Act has
what
made
do you
more
mean?
than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks!
Oh, is it about what you
This
see on
young
the
lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire
I don't
generation
get political here, but to be
to
honest, every
happily
conservative
into
sees
eternal
everything as
bondage.
grooming for
They're
some
like
reason.
psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts,
Matt Walsh
Katie, what are
can't
your
say anything
positions?
without bringing up
The
a
Assets
nonce.
and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary
Alright.
surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book,
They keep taking the book away, just pulls it back.
like opiates. See?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes,
I don't
but
know
only if
anyone
they're
else who
sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP
it's
on
streaming
dismantling
like on the
infrastructure,
day. If you're
that
for
could be
more viewers, I'd say
catastrophic.
The
streaming like
catastrophe
day
is that
of
they're
like
succeeding.
weekday.
They've got us sat here talking about their
And the
puppet
rest
show.
of viewers because
All right, we're running
obviously a
out
lot
of
of people
time.
are either
Quickly, Alan,
some of them
what does the
people
future
at
look like to
school,
you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating more and more before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
I don't know what she meant by that.
Oh, I told my mum what happened to Ross and she cried. Oh, it's that bad. Which made me cry. Damn. When I read the message you sent me, I was
I'm just
shocked.
saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Oh shit, you will. She's
But,
good. You know
yeah.
she is.
I've said I put a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds,
I
everybody.
felt bad for her.
Little Jakey scared of the big bird. Can't you with water?
If that sticks, I'll destroy
5,
you.
4, 3.
Oh my god, I love this bit.
Welcome
I love
back.
this bit so much.
In our second segment, we're
This
going to be
one's funny.
taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling
It's quite a rare
solutions
thing.
to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy.
This one here is based on the
What's it like on the
Sky
front line of
News
the hard
interview.
face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy,
Not Sky News,
we
BBC
are
News one,
massively
when the
understaffed
kid
this
walked in
country.
on that guy's interview.
We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers.
I can tell you.
What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes.
Got a very posh accent.
Jeremy Donaldson.
Sounds like he's
mentioned your affairs.
No. Well, the
I'll
affairs
send you that one,
of the
please, buddy.
Justice Department that we
Everyone's
should be
gonna know about your
concerned
affairs.
about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different
This one is
perspective
funny.
on our
This
nation's
one is
crime.
funny.
Do you think there's a problem with the
However,
system?
this guy is quite racist.
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm
But it's
sure we
very
all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country.
Sounds like every
Also,
Britain
as the
first
vicar
member.
noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably
I've
shouldn't
got a
have
Britain
died
First
hanging.
member banned on
And
Twitter.
to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and
Not proud of myself,
gypsies
that one.
mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that...
There he
hang on a
is.
moment. Jeremy, a bloody gimp's escaped. Delia? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral
Imagine
decay?
that happened. What?
Absolutely,
Someone got broke
Jeremy.
up with on thing, or
Back in
someone's
your box,
gimp
Clive,
fell out
back
the
in your box.
fucking
Delia, I
cupboard?
really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Who's
Clive,
spaying
could you put him
badgers?
on?
Oh, Clive, you know it's
That's not much
Wednesday.
money
Now
after
go
animals.
back in your gimp space.
And
Off you go.
whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive, this simply won't do. Do not
Clive's
naughty, naughty
the
boy.
Gimp Smith.
Mummy said
Clive, I am not having this again.
Not on the news. I think Clive just knew he was going to be on the news and just had to.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else.
He's also wearing
Look,
thigh highs
everyone
as
has
well.
a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary and menacing a SWAT. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony.
Hey!
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's
Apparently
quite
Tit's
nice,
fine, but Wank isn't.
It's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony.
Way!
I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, little Chris,
Big Chris,
and Vampire Chris.
Hi, Vampire. Oh, it's a stripper. That's fun.
This one's, yeah?
Yep. 1 sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Sopen!
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry. Who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh.
Why are there a barbershop quartet?
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Yep. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing...
It's a mariachi band.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes? Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
That went well.
Piss off.
Smooth, incisive journalism.
I can have you fired.
You'd miss my charm.
Your face. We believe your skin deserves the best, so the new formula actively removes harsh chemicals from your skin. The high salt content actually pulls the dihydrogen monoxide right from your pores to give you the crisp, brittle skin you've come to expect. New Judico Shon will revitalize the appearance of the strength of your face's skin.
Well, where is he? In his dressing room? Look, it's alright, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4,
Okay,
3.
I already got
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Switchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest.
I'm the older, more popular one.
Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me.
That's
my wife, Angela, and I.
Not the greatest
often laugh
of
about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The
Can I have
issues in the
Steve
play
again?
are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some...
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well,
Steve.
I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it.
Steve,
That's it, that way.
I've got one camera.
So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago, a letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Jeff Algebra. Fucking brilliant!
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner?
What's around the corner?
What's around the corner?
Oh, hi, Gary. Oh, heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year? Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Steve will love that. He loves maths.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right. Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist.
Fuck was that?
And you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Sorry,
yeah.
TikTok. Yeah,
And
okay.
Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
TikTok is more fun.
But I can't fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Bum, bum.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you.
Yeah, I don't really use TikTok to be honest anymore. I used to, but I've kind of stopped. I got bored with my own TikToks and they're all cringe.
Life can be peachy keen.
Just me trying fucking memes.
If you work as a team,
it's my choice to remain. So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel laps. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to
I
come
grew up
home drunk and late.
I grew up on a council estate.
Dinner he had to wait.
Not that great.
My dinner.
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
What's that goal?
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate.
There's,
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
life can be peachy keen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work
Alright, Jeremy, you're not part of the song.
it's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes! Ho, ho, ho.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats
I
out of my
think Jeremy
studio.
Donaldson has a 14-inch cock. Oh god, Advance is doing worse in the world. Channel 4, Channel 4, Channel 1 loves me. Ugh. How you portray celebrities will influence their lives. Yep. Day 15, a late night. That's my foot. Oh. You get dressed, yeah, you get to the theatre slightly earlier, and Sam's already there waiting, dressed to the nines. You smile widely as you certainly could, yeah. Okay, that goes down smoothly. Sam smiles gratefully at you and Chris. Yes. It's a school night, where the fuck is he? Mortifying. What is Charlie? Ground him! Good. That rat bastard. A gentle reminder. A tight Christmas. I've been worrying again. Sheepies. Christmas could be one. You make a toast. If you actually pay for your daughter's holiday, she actually dies. Yeah, I got a trophy called Happy Holidays, getting closer to the platinum for this game. The only problem is I need to do the challenges, and they're fucking hard. Apologise profusely. Blame my boss, not me. Oh, I'm in debt of having to sell a kidney. That's fun. Oh my god, what is that sound? A permission slip. You refuse to sign the form for your son. Oh cool, I didn't know that. You know what? No, you can watch it on the account. I mean, on the same account, but... I'm now broke half paw. Fuck. I don't know what I clicked, I kind of just spammed it, I don't know who I'm sliding with at the moment. Fuck. Okay, on the third broadcast. I've just seen a van go past, which I'll be seeing later today as well. I need to go somewhere at 4:45. How are you all doing in this 51 minutes of stream? I was going to stream some more Resident Evil 1, but then I kind of didn't really want to. Yeah, I'm going to be heading out somewhere at 4:45 and then I should be back just before 6 o'clock, and then I will join Charlotte for...
Good evening, Alex.
Or I'll play Little Hope with Charlotte. What should we watch? Check your prostate. Yep, you know, we've got some male viewers in here. They need to be reminded to check their prostate every 6 months? Every 2 years? 4 years?
Oh, how's it going with Steve? Why are all men such pricks?
That one, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his faith.
No. Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main story.
Oh, she got a
uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
Critics have been quick to dismiss the graffiti as a publicity stunt, or an act of frustration by a tiny, disorganised group of those who will never, under any circumstances,
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
Do you two both have roles? Because I can't see roles on anything. Do you both have roles, or
hopes
is
are still high
you
for
guys?
the eventual return of the team to
I think
join
Charles and Maud.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bloodbath avoided. As the last Mr. Snugglehogs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy.
I thought so.
How much worse could it have been? Thankfully, we'll never know.
Questions have been raised about the government's judgment, with Prime Minister Peter Clement forced to apologise this morning for seeming to endorse the self-combusting plaything in this publicity shot taken last Christmas. Let's hope his niece recovers quickly.
Table for two. Johnny Hamsleaves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year.
Yeah, I un-VIP'd a few people.
Is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Johnny's secretive hospital visits have had the rumour mill churning. I think it's safe to say that they're not looking at his school report.
Is his once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sports?
And radical ideas. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a surprising new project that already has the markets raising an eyebrow.
Known for taking risks and bold strategies, could the adventurous CEO be leading the business giant down a dark alley, or taking it to a new level of success?
She decides to pick a male contraceptive pill or something like that.
Service will be a new international travel system based around the construction of a major tunnel through the centre of the Earth. Sophia Remington claims it will make travelling from one side of the world to the other the matter of an afternoon. Geologists are concerned about the implications of digging a hole through the planet, while flat earthers claim it should be quite easy.
With that exclusive Prime Minister interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon
live
at the first annual
Flat Earthers would, I thought Flat Earthers would be like, you should never do it because you'd be tunneling to space. What? It's so confused. Can anyone Flat Earthers think that every country and stuff like that, everything we see is above and everything below is just But my question is, if you took a cruise, would you fall off the edge of the Earth? Is that what Flat Earthers think? That if you just took a cruise, you'd fall off the edge of the Earth? Oh God.
But first tonight, while advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably,
what my thoughts on
some,
Earth,
the
I think
transition
it's,
has not been
round or...
That's right, Megan. The formerly
flat,
aristocratic members of our society have had to make major adjustments to come to terms with the new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously privileged people may be planning some kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in moderate Hatchings to talk to Wentworth and Penelope Somerset Bentley, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new lives?
Well, quite frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all.
Fun fact, the guy in the green shirt, he's one of the developers.
I hope you'll forgive my language, but
I've seen him in some of the Twitch streams that they did for the game.
Steady now, Penelope. Sorry, Robin, my sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to dress herself this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered, Robin.
My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
She really struggles with ribbons, Robin.
Well, at least you've been rehoused in a nice big house.
Big house? This grubby little gaddis spatch only has one staircase.
And the breakfast room and the dining room in the same bloody place. Imagine that, having all one's grub in one room. One room, Robin.
So what would you say to the people that feel that your family has had it far too easy for far too long, and that these redistributions are both fair and just?
I hardly think we've had it easy for fussle's sake. Only one of our swimming pools was even heated.
But realistically, what can you do?
Well, you've asked the right wordy question, Robin.
Thank you, Wentworth. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. I remember! Daddy tried to shoot him in the buttocks and he ran off into the woods.
Fuck.
Probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic, but what can you do?
We will rise and rebel. We wage war on our revolting
Oh, he
rulers
struggled with this line. I've seen him
words
behind the
rebellious
scenes.
writings. Our best
He
guess
actually
in our
kept
quest for
fucking
redress
it
is to
up.
divest our breasts in an undressed bare chest protest.
Oh, what's that?
Daddy! Daddy, it's
I think he took him 7 attempts to get that line right.
Buggers! Tally-ho! Tilly! dog. Tilly's our mummy. She's proper good to us, too.
Well, at least you are showing some shame.
Freedom! Somerset Bentley, glad to meet you. See, the protest has started already. Nice sharp work, boy.
What the fuck?
Me, you know. And forgive me, what are you trying to achieve here?
We just want to be fucking well heard, that's all. Language, Penelope. We are nude, not rude.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want the world to realise we won't roll over and
I
run
think the
away.
guy on the right is one of the
We
devs
will rise
because
again!
Yes, we bloody well will. Stuff and pip-pop.
Are you okay?
Daddy, how could you? Well, shut up and get your
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one in the top legs, it's nice here in the studio. I'm Robin Short, struggling surreptitiously in moderate hatchings.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's certainly a story we want to be keeping an eye on, eh, Megan?
Speak for yourself there, Jeremy, but I've seen enough shaft work to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. But can a naked protest movement ever really catch on? It doesn't seem like the way we do things in this country.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy,
Which, by the
this
way,
country is becoming a very different place.
Yes, but seriously, who's going to run around naked in our weather?
Oh, hopefully not you, Jeremy.
Yes, well, there wouldn't be enough...
Fictional country which is based on the UK.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm
Oh,
busting.
fuck.
She's funny.
Yes.
I did not concentrate.
It was very endearing.
She wants your job.
She's welcome to it. Why is it raining on my desk?
Oh yeah, I can't. Today I got bored, so I decided, there we go. I decided that I'd run like a little NPC tournament thing on WWE 2K23. So I did Undertaker versus Kane, Kane won. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, Rey won. John Cena versus The Rock, John Cena won. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, Triple H won. Boogeyman versus Batista, Boogeyman won. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, which by the way they still look the fucking same. They both look like fucking twins. Roman Reigns won, of course.
That's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say
I think we should just keep it
There's
as it
Kane
is.
versus Rey Mysterio, then John Cena versus Triple H, then
I didn't write it down.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's nothing wrong with your auto cue.
10 seconds. I just felt a drip again. I feel
Triple H
fix
versus
this.
Ludwig
I want to see us fine. It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
I do, he creeped me out as a kid.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
Yeah,
I'm Megan
Boogeyman came third.
Coming up later, we'll be speaking
Also,
to the Prime
Ludwig Kaiser
Ministers
was
about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition
area.
centres.
Nice to see that.
Or I didn't have enough.
You're absolutely right,
wrestlers
Jeremy.
to count it
But
all. I was
first,
supposed to have
we're
7 and
going
6.
now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Ellie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban.
Driving ban for what?
And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending. It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
That's what I thought.
Still going on.
Striker go first.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
D-Robe.
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy.
I've got his entire
using his
sequence
arm to pick up the
well.
ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad, if you ask me.
Was there contact? Don't know why you complained.
To Harris. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football! Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope the round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends.
Sorry, I don't
now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends.
I'm trying to concentrate, so...
And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large.
Second round, double. Harris.
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch.
Naked people, naked person.
She appears to have slogans.
Oh, titties on the news!
Try and ignore all of that security. I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible.
No, fuck, titties, more titties on the news!
But it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's body... Yeah, all right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Steady striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that offensive thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the Heats. What a brilliant move. Back to striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastery in this play absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, we've always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Livingston Smith.
Yeah, it's not the most popular category in the universe.
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that.
Dicks on the news! Dicks on the news! Get dicks off the news.
Running around here with his genitals on
the
dick.
And
ruining what was shaping up to be quite a dance interlude there.
There was, I think, the most popular streamer who played this.
Harris's face, security is on it. And the bucket has been knocked over!
I know one of the most popular ones was someone called Save Data.
Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see.
Yep, dicks on the news.
Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television.
Just get dicks on the news.
And out of there, hopefully taken away.
No more dicks on the news.
Final poses. Ball boy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around.
You think that someone got affiliate in one stream before? I don't think so. I think it takes a few.
Back to Harris here.
Oh.
God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball.
No, because I think it will still take a few, to be honest.
Tommy Harris.
Well, maybe, depends.
And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good
No,
move,
you can't, because you need 50 followers and you need, like, 7 days. So if you did one stream, and you're, like big YouTube or whatever, you'd need, like, still 7 days. You need to have at least a week.
For the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps... And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mug.
Right, you need to do like 7 days in a row.
What a massive shame.
It's like, the longest it takes, the quickest it is, I think, is like about a week.
Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there.
Yeah, I've taken a few very long, quick, very long, not very long. I've taken quite a lot of hiatuses and also
what the hell was that?
don't stream for the most longest of hours.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like...
Oh, ass and titty on the news!
I don't know what I can be doing
Ass and titties on the news this time.
I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do.
More ass and titties. I can't go anywhere.
Alright, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on.
They just don't like the ass and titties on the news.
Because these protesters, hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody waste.
Fuck off with the ass and titties on the news. Get your ass and titties.
Oh, jog on! It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it?
There is a trophy for doing this whole entire round with no
nice
audio
imaginary
on.
Shot there from Harris that really could go in at this point. Really high-level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Because I'm streaming it, I'm not planning on trophy on this game right now. I'm going to play this.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From a striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet.
What a saying.
Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he had any potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's trying to... And the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic... There we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Yay! We all won.
Again, a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship.
Well done, Charlotte.
I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary final.
Historic Sports Board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
No,
and when we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Apparently I can't spell. Oh, yeah, here's about prostates.
About the size of a cherry tomato, located between your penis and your wee bag. If the prostate becomes enlarged, it can put pressure on the bladder. This can cause trouble starting to pee, and it can cause laundry-based trouble between you and your she-demon of an ex-wife.
Big old so sorry about all these buckets. We
in your
seem
bum.
to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
Sorry.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there.
Oh, God. Pi needs to know about his prostate.
Minister, so good to see you again.
Pi, have you got... Why am I asking if Pi has a healthy prostate?
Time to be
Fuck?
alive.
Too bloody right, Peter
Oh, my, I was
Megan
about
Wolf.
to...
But that's a
agree,
firm handshake you've got there.
She's
I
tougher
was
than she
agreeing.
looks.
Oh, kidding.
Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Cameron on your left.
Right you are, pet. Is your seat down?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Chissy cow.
5, 4,
I just gotta check if
3.
you like XD. What?
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no.
Oh, do you mean when we play Little Hope?
Yeah,
probably.
Well, not unless you've got
Don't
a
anyway,
fatal
internet.
paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
If my internet's
And you know, Megan,
being nice.
as my old mum
my
used
internet
to
is-
say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make. But there will be
I just did that on time.
secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part
I used to
of
do that on
being
Discord.
human.
Sorry, are you saying that advance
to be honest,
have
that really
cured
did not
death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive.
Did you guys hear that Penguin
Which is
Zero,
me close
aka
up
Voice
camera.
Critical, has
When I was 13,
his let's call it.
me man came and got me
He's no
from school.
longer
He was to go to
just
the
on
hospital.
Twitch. He's streaming
My
on YouTube
granddad,
today.
he
Doing
collapsed
speedruns
that
of
morning.
Jedi Fallen
So
Order.
we'd all to
Survivor.
say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people
I like Fallen Order better.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
Everyone like you.
Sounds,
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away, and he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did.
Story.
And now no
Oh, I
family
didn't
will
take
have to.
messages.
The Health Service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are
There's
all
a few
catered
funeral
for and
directors
paid for
near where
by
I
the
live.
government.
I was walking back
even
home.
the poorest
I saw this
citizen
family come out of
gets
the
to
funeral
pass on
directors,
with
and obviously they were
dignity
crying, and I was like, fuck, that's depressing.
And that choice is important. This is a service only
Well,
for
that was
people
very
who
depressing.
choose it. For people who feel they've run their course.
I didn't know if it was
They want
after.
to burden
Obviously, I didn't know
themselves
if it
or their
was the
families
story. I didn't know if it was
in
after
a
one of
slow,
their family members died, or if
long,
one of them.
humiliating
well,
decline.
From back has just given me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it fried my asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
No, yes, sorry, my apologies.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse.
In what way?
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, that one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board Final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Good job, everybody.
Dying on me.
So they just... I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
Well, it's my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I thought the leak.
Okay, well we died editing the news, we died doing what we enjoyed. I can't even continue the broadcast, I guess I've got to wait for the time to run out. Okay. I got a full, I got a B, an A+, and an A+, and I got an A. And Disruptor's also still doing real shit. When did you get this game? This game? 4 months ago? Oh, I think it was like $15.99, I think. 20 quid? Something like that. What's that noise outside? It's like... Ugh. Yeah, a few. I'd have to look through my thingy, what you call it, my purchase history. I think it was like 4 months ago now, 3 months ago. 4 months ago, roughly. That's right. It's on. For anyone wondering what it's on, what it is on. It is a digital-only game, and it is on PC, PS4, PS5. Not sure about Xbox. And it's on, not sure about Switch. Softly noise. And obviously it's obviously on Steam Deck as well. Day question mark the lockdown.
Alex, I think
Jenny's basically telling me about the people.
This has no credibility, Jenny. No professionalism. It's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference. Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
I need to...
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
She says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
I know that might actually make
it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefox? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehug's toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands.
How are we unconscious?
The Mr. Snugglehugs we had so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, They may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
This frightening new development means that even those previously thought to be relatively safe, like the young and fit, must take care to watch their backs and keep their ears open for the soft steps of sinister feet.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
In response to a nationwide lack of toilet paper, which was, of course, raided by the Mrs.
Secretly, that's a
Snugglehugs
picture
to
of pie.
construct their vast hives, many of the nation's adults have turned to a more childish solution, or at least that's their excuse.
Transformation. Popular cemetery Johnny Handsleeves, who has recently been suffering with his health, sent us this photo today, presumably in a pathetic attempt to stay relevant at a time of global crisis.
Since receiving his test results, things in Johnny's life have taken a surprising
No comment.
turn. He's certainly using the lockdown to reinvent himself.
Johnny says that since dedicating himself to the Dark Lord, he's confident he can overcome his recently diagnosed terminal illness. Satan's got my gorgeous back, said Johnny, and I've got his scaly.
The shape of things to come? In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen-Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Svorsborgen-Horgensvoord, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination. With a recent... Helvetica Svorsborgen-Horgensvoord, the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Helvetica Svorsborgen-Horgensvoord here with a little update from Dante's Taint. This year's going to be our biggest ever harvest, and autumn's just 2 weeks away.
I might be alive back again at 6, depending on
that's what we think. There's no real day or night down here, and all the clocks broke a long time ago. But if our calculations are right, we think that for you up there, it is Wong's Day, the 4012th of January, or as you call it, Pissmouth Day. Or possibly Boxing Day if we're a bit out. So, happy Pissmouth. I hope you get all the presents you asked for left under the Pissmouth tree. I'm here to complete my collection of rocks.
And I've never played it.
See you in September. Helvetica out.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
the quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a measurable effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Papers,
oh yeah, also Charlotte,
with the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced,
because I've never played it before,
becoming increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today
can we play through the game normally
a charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
The international community have been critical of Advance's decision to begin branding those found to be abetting passport fraudsters. The red hot metal may seem painful, but I'm told it's actually preferable to most music currently in the charts.
And Advance speaks out, with the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world. Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening, and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done
I like to play before dropping it again. I like to play through the game before.
But let's not forget, how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Good evening. One of the many new jobs I have in this current crisis is to liaise on a daily basis with the Department of Perambulation, and they have made me aware of these. Now, these are genuine requests from citizens for permission to go outside. I would like to share a few of these with you tonight under the loose heading of what the fuck is wrong with you people? How difficult is this to grasp? I'd like to start with James from Angerhampton, who says he needs to go out because there's a duck in the park that I like to try and feed on the park. I call him Mr. Quackington, and I think we're really starting to bond. No, James, they make their hives in parks. And then Katie, from Self-Righteous-on-Sea, wants to go out so she can deliver homemade meals to the elderly. No, Katie, stay at home. Your casserole's dire, and Shirley can get by with tins of creamed rice from the 1950s. And you, Lewis, from Hamble Bamblebury, those screams you heard in the alley last night behind your house are best left to the police.
Is it just like you watch a thing and you choose what happens, or is there like a bit more gameplay part to it?
First, stop sending me stupid, sodding requests and stay inside. Pretend it's not happening until we tell you it's all over. Thank you.
As Dexter stole it.
Late night, Jeremy will be probing heartthrob reporter Patrick Bannon, while I take a deep dive into some controversial opinions with two familiar faces.
And then, in our third segment, and presumably because our editor is also working from home, there's going to be a bloody quiz.
You're working from home.
Can't wait.
Don't do that.
And in a moment, Jeremy Grumpelson and I will be asking controversial CEO Sophia Remington where it all went wrong.
And psychic scientist Dr. Delia Lywell will be joining us, presumably to provide a bit of false hope.
Maybe she'll tell you how you're going to die, Jeremy.
Too late. I'm certain it happened months ago.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News.
It's horror option game. Okay, it's just I like the what do you call it? Busy. Oh, have you heard, Charlotte, that Wakey Wines is now selling Feastables for like 13 quid? 13 quid?
Is CEO and socialite Sophia Remington.
Thank you for having
Even
me,
though
Megan.
literally down the road I can buy Feastables for like £2.
And from her crystal healing laboratory in what I assume is a garage in Lower Huffington, Doctor, it says here, Delia Lywell.
Opinion on flavored sparkling.
us on your
Sparkling?
Us?
Miss
I like
Remington,
flavored sparkling.
your toys are rampaging across the developed
Usually
world.
what I do is I
Your
usually
company's worth less
get
than my
sparkling
annual
water,
salary, and your
and
country's
then I put...
president recently called you a national disgrace. Have you taken your eye off the ball?
Oh, honey, you're so cute when you're angry. The thing with you folks over there is you have an island mentality.
So what?
You can't see the bigger picture.
So, what is the bigger picture?
The bigger picture is lithium batteries. Our toys have been running for upwards of 71 days now with no signs of them slowing down whatsoever. Imagine what that means for the future.
It means we don't know when the hell this lockdown's going to end, doesn't it? You don't seriously believe Remington's fist can survive this?
Lithium batteries are going to change everything, Tiny Ogre. They're going to power our new transport system, make technology portable.
I can never type without looking.
They might even take
Oh, do you mean typing without looking at the keyboard?
How can you make them with everyone at home?
Oh, don't you worry about that. Thanks to the work of thousands of tiny hands, they're already pouring off the production line. Times are good for Remington's fist.
But surely you have no future.
Excuse me, hello, yes, if we might. This is our area of expertise.
What, multinational economics?
The future, Mr. Donaldson, to which we are all connected.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy it. Why not? There's clearly nothing better to do. So, what does your scientific process tell you about the future of Sophia Remington, Doctor?
We see her on a balcony. Foreign soil, but not foreign land. An age will pass.
Fascinating.
Wasn't it just?
Delia, you are amazing. We have to fly you out here to the island to do that for my guests. We're gonna love you.
Unfortunately, all flights are grounded because of your tiny, deadly stowaways.
Not all.
Charlotte, why are you counting?
Dee, call me. And you, Maggie. The more the merrier. Bring your swimwear.
Miss Remington, you seem completely ignorant to the seriousness of the situation. Do you take any responsibility at all for the global crisis?
Careful! It's a trap.
It's not a trap. Why are you helping her?
She seems fun. You bet your ass I'm fun.
Please answer my question, Miss Remington.
Listen, are lithium batteries the most incredible invention the world has ever seen?
Okay.
Probably yes. But
are you gonna count so far?
I'm kidding. It is definitely yes. But will they last forever? One day, all the Mrs. Snugglehugs.
Do be careful, you don't actually spam.
It'll be like a miracle, and then we can all go back to the grand tradition of buying products again. Because I really don't mind telling you this, it is really hitting our bottom line. Except for sponges. We seem to be selling an assload of them.
Dr. Lywell, do you have an indication of when or how this might end?
Well, it's not an exact science.
Not even a real one.
But our senses tell us that there will come a day in the sky.
Alrighty. Go to my menu. Alrighty, well that is going to do it for this stream. Apologies that I'm ending, but I do need to go somewhere in like 10 minutes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Thank you Charlotte and Pie for my, and thank you everyone else who lurked. Apologies that I am ending the stream, but again I need to go somewhere. At 4:45, so.
Good evening.
But I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back live about 6 o'clock, depending on what time I get back. Yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys. Bye.